How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We got another Dokkan Battle video for you here today. We are testing out the brand new Carnival STR LR Goku Black Rosé and Zamasu. The first ever tag Rose and Zamasu in the first ever Global Dokkan campaign, LR, right? This is the new campaign moving forward, replacing Global's anniversary. So we got these guys 55% level 1 links, and we are ready to check them out. So let's take a look at the passive here. We get attack and defense 200%, receives an additional key 2 per key sphere obtained. We get attack defense 80% and effective against all types for all allies who include Goku Black, right? That is an insane, very specific, mind you, support passive, but one that will come into fruition as the celebration moves on and we get more additions to his team through like the Super Easy Rosé or the free-to-play Rosé clones, right? Like, so, I mean, this is going to be insane support right here. Now, per Extreme Class ally or Future Saga ally on the team, depending on which has more, we get attack and defense 50% up to 150%. So we do have a full Extreme Class team here, so that's not really going to be an issue. But if you did, just make sure you have at least 3 other Extreme allies in order to proc this, or 3 future allies in order to proc this. And we also get a chance to perform a critical hit and damage reduction rate 20% up to 60. When all characters attacking in the same turn are Extreme Class characters, or when there's a Future Saga ally attacking in the same turn, we have Guaranteed Guard. Now, when activating the active skill or with 18 or more key, we do get attack 200% and launch an additional attack with a great chance to become a super attack. When receiving an attack, we get an additional defense 180%, and we meet up with Zamasu and can perform a reversible exchange. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna keep our Rose here next to the Int one, since they do share, actually they share 5 links here, but of course, right, Kamehameha Legendary Power not going to activate until we actually attack. Big Bad Bosses, obviously level 1 links, we're not going to be seeing that, so we are kind of just rolling with what we got here. Obviously, this is a level 1 link showcase, so this is what you would expect here. But we can see here, with the links that we now have active, we are looking at about 300k start of turn defense, which isn't bad, but again, we also have 60% damage reduction, and of course we're going to get some build up too. Now, he is infinitely stacking attack on the 18 key, not on the 12 key, but on the 18 key, which, you know, is kind of enough, right? It's not that big of a deal. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to take this. I was hoping not to, but we do need to get the stack on him. So let's see how we do. Let's see if we can take this super slot one. I'm pretty sure this is just a 1 million super from Vegeta here, so this shouldn't be too bad. Yep, there we go. So we do lose out on some attack by taking that super, but the nice thing is, of course, Rosé's attack is so astronomically high, it's not going to be that big of a deal. All right, 22 million is what we're starting with here. Look at that. And that's because we have the other Rose with us, giving us an additional 80%, which essentially counteracts the attack lower from Vegeta there. So very nice here. Now look at that, 61 million on the Int Goku Black. That temporary buff is quite insane, actually. Alright, excellent here. Okay, so what we're gonna try to do, if we can pull it, see, look at that. So that's what it looks like when we don't get attack lowered. Very nice. Alright, we get an additional super. So what I think I'm gonna do, because this fight does lower attack on that initial super, I think what I'm gonna do is put maybe it's best we put the Broly trio in front of one of these guys. I don't know. We'll see. But first things first, let's see. Can we even get them their 7? Or is this the game we're going to play? We're going to play no 7 Kishu. And what is he... Does he nullify... It's Ki Blast, right? That he nullifies? Yeah, it is Ki Blast. And this thing is not a Ki Blast. Alright. So we're going to have to go for the 6 and pray for the dodge. I think that's the best thing we can do here. I guess we'll take that. And then we will roll off the Fizz Goku Black. Yeah, so... Oof. Okay, come on. Can we at least proc the 50% on the super? Tell me we can at least do that. We do. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, but at least now, from now on, we should be able to get those 7. So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe just to help buff one of the roses more is we try to get a rotation where we can get one row, like basically launch both actives together, the Zamasu active and the Rose active. And we might have to do it on a rotation where we have Broly, Chilai, and Lemo in front, just so we can avoid getting super attacked slot 1. Because I want to see the big buff attack stat, and I know the Zamasu side of things, he can't go slot 1. He can hit pretty hard once Rose is stacked up a bit, but he can't go slot 1. Rose could probably stick slot 1 all the way through this, but I don't think... okay, nice. I don't think Zamasu at any point can go slot 1. I think for most normals he'll probably be okay, but definitely not the supers in slot 1. Post super he'll be fine. Perfect. Okay, so... Yeah. Okay. So we keep up with this. We'll send hit off to the other rotation. Yeah, so we just keep stacking. That's the plan. Keep stacking. Let's do that. And then... okay, we're playing games with hit, I guess. Alright, let's do that. Alright, and then so what we'll do is on the next rotation, we will send off the Rose back to this rotation. I think that's what the plan will do. And then once they're both together, we can activate the domain for the Fizz Rose. And then I think that should give us a pretty good setup here. Or maybe we just wait. Maybe we rotate the Fizz Rose, and then on the... oh, but we already rotated hit. We would have had to not rotate hit to make that work. Okay, well, we'll just keep up with plan A. I mean, I'm just impressed with the damage that's coming out of this team, right? Super Bosses went from nothing 2 months ago to... well, I mean, you kind of had Hit's team, but they went from nothing 2 months ago to this. And, I mean, it's kind of quite the glow-up. Alright, excellent. Alrighty. So, we could swap into Zamasu right now, but we're not gonna. If you guys can see here, we'll just take a look real quick, right? If we do decide to swap into Zamasu, not only do we lose our ability to stack attack, right? We will only do it for a turn, but it does, in that turn, if we decide we're done stacking, he's gonna hit pretty hard. But now he's got a Key 7, attack defense 200%, high chance of performing a critical hit, guards all attacks, attack defense 200% with Future Saga Extreme Allies damage reduction rate 10%, and attack defense 200% with key 20 or more key or when activating the active skill, along with attack defense 300% and performs critical hit, as well as recovering 6% of damage dealt when our HP is 60% or less. So, I mean, essentially what we're going to do, right, is we're going to proc... we're going to proc Rosé's domain, then we're Fizz Rose's domain, then we're going to pop whichever Rose has the higher attack stat, we're going to proc his, we're going to swap him into Zamasu, pop the Zamasu active to boost him, pop the other Rose's active to boost the rotation, put the Rose in slot 1, Zamasu in slot 2, and we're going to see a pretty crazy rotation here. And this game has literally just said, we are not letting you get those 7 key spheres. Okay. This is the game, I guess, we're playing today. Well, hopefully we proc that additional 50% dodge here again. Okay, there goes 1. There we go. Okay, we do proc it. Excellent. I mean, that's good. That's helpful. Okay, it is a shame that we can't get the, well, I mean, we might have some support on the rotation. Maybe we, okay. Who's coming on? Fizz Rose is coming on. Maybe we rotate, so that way we also have support on that rotation. Maybe we rotate off Int Rosé. That might be the play. Yeah, rotate, even though they have better links, maybe rotating off Int Rosé is the play here. Right, because if we rotate off Int Rosé, we can have also support on the big turn that we want here. Yeah, you know what? I like that idea. I do like that idea. That's a good idea. Now, Int Rosé can't really hit as hard as he possibly can here, even though he's getting that extra 80% support. And that's only because, obviously, we can't kill Vegeta. He is, you know, we can't get that after effect of killing the boss first. But so far, I mean, I'm really just liking how this fight is playing out. It's actually kind of, I mean, it's kind of insane. I mean, Fizz Rose is putting in work against a final boss in the 10th anniversary meta. Right, a guy who is universally panned as being, you know, not so good, is actually doing quite well here. Very impressive. I mean, I'm sure type advantage has a lot to do with that, but I mean, if you're looking at the attack stats there, like, he's actually looking pretty good attack-wise. I can't even complain about that. There we go. All right, so we get the stack on the friend here. Get another super here, 25 million. Yeah, I mean, being in that, being in that slot 1. Or in that slot 3 makes a huge difference for this fight. But I did want to use this fight just because I didn't want to have to... I wanted a fight where I didn't have to deal with locking or anything like this. But I also didn't want to deal with dodge canceling with Blue Goku. So this is kind of the best case scenario. Really. Okay, so we'll pop him slot 1. Yeah, okay, we still get the 18 key here. There we go, we get 9 here. There we go. And then we'll get the full 24 key here. Perfect. And then we just keep stacking. That's the play. We just keep stacking. Ooh. Okay, so he is starting to get a little bit buffer. But next turn we're going to pop the domain, right? So yeah, I mean, as you can see, that attack lowering is affecting us. And we do have the support activated for the Fizz Goku Black here, so it's not like we're not getting buffed here. Alright, but yeah, so next turn we activate hits. I suppose we should yeah. I feel like that's what we should do. We should, yeah. 49 million, I love it. Okay, obviously not that great. He doesn't link that well with the Fizz Goku Black, even though he is getting the support. There we go. Alright, we get another one. I mean, again, we are doing actually quite a bit of good damage here. I cannot complain about the damage we're putting out right now. Here we go. Alright, don't screw this up. Don't. Okay, he did screw it up. That's okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to activate hit here. Alright, so we have seriously improved here. And then let's do... Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's... We want to pop the domain now. Yeah. Alrighty, excellent. So now hopefully this changes the right key spheres and we can actually get the 7 with Broly Trio, because we're kind of pushing our luck here. And it did not. It actually made things worse. I might have to pop hits still. Okay, yeah. I don't want to push the luck, that's why. So let's actually... Alright, let's just use it. It's just, I do not want to push the luck here. There we go. We'll take 3 here. And then Mr. Seriously Improved will just do his thing in the 3rd slot. So, kind of glad I brought him now. It actually ended up working out. Yeah, Broly Trio, I legit, this is the first time I've ever had them pull this to me where I just can't get their 7 orbs. Normally they're pretty generous to me. Who did I take off this team? Jiren? I think I tried this setup with Jiren before, and then I realized, you know, having the full having that one superclass enemy ally there was kind of screwing things up. There we go. Okay, remember, 5 hits, and then we should get a super. Super. No. Next one should be the super. There it is. Perfect. 14 mil. So, unfortunately, we didn't get any of the rare chances, but, I mean, we're still putting out respectable damage. There we go. 17 million. Remember, if we hit 10, we'll get another guaranteed super as well. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Hit's just kind of chilling here. Honestly, if I wasn't just solely focused on juicing up the Rose, I would probably build a rotation for him. I kind of don't like... I mean, I feel it would be nice for him if we had another Hit to go with him, or even if just... I mean, he's still doing pretty good. Let's not get me wrong here. Still doing pretty good here. There we go. But, I mean, it would be nice if, like, Hit and God Goku were on Super Bosses. It's a shame they're not. This is the best thing about tag units, by the way, is they get to carry both units categories. Alrighty, so let's see which Rose has our greater attack. That'll be the one... Well, obviously, it's probably the 69% one, isn't it? Yeah, okay, well, we do want to focus on... It's a shame I couldn't get another 50%, so... One of these guys is going to go Zamasu. One of these guys is going to go Rose. So, I think... Okay, we'll have ours go into Zamasu. That's what we'll do. So, let's swap here. Yeah, no, that's not what we want to do. Okay, keep him there. Yeah, so... Yeah. Okay, that's what we'll do. So the friend here is going to use the Rose active because we are going to... that's what we'll do. So the friend here will use the Rose active, and then that'll buff everybody up. Because Rose's active gives, obviously, Goku Black units a higher damage output, right? Super Bosses, it's basically a little mini domain. Super Bosses get 15% attack and defense, and additional defense 10% for Future Saga for 4 turns. And remember, we're also up in a domain right now. So let's actually, oh, perfect. We got all the links here. So we're going to use the Friends active. So let's go ahead and do that here. We're going to get that buff. Oh, look at that. That is so clean. Beautiful. Just a free 70 million damage. No big deal. Okay, so like I said, so now they've got the buff here. Alright, so we can put them slot 1, and then now we'll use the Zamasu buff. Now, the Zamasu buff is a little bit different, right? He's only buffing himself, which is why we kind of set things up the way we did. So he is massively raising his own attack and gives himself 40% attack for the rest of battle. Which means, like, I mean, he can hit decently hard if you let you know, if you let the friend stack up here. But this is what we're going to do, or not the friend, if you let Rose stack up here. Well, I guess he is the friend, right? His friend. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's do the Zamasu active now. Nice, 90 million damage, casual, no big deal. Okay, very good. I do like that. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna keep one Zamasu and one Rose here. Perfect. And so let's take a look at the stats here, right? I mean, look at that. So obviously Zamasu is going to be the harder hitter. Rosé is pretty good defensively, honestly. I know it doesn't look like it, but he's honestly pretty decent defensively. To be real, I think both of them are better off slot too, but I think we're going to be good here with the amount of support we've got going on here. So let's grab that. Well, actually. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see how this goes. Okay, obviously, you know, Vegeta's super in slot 1, but with the amount of support we're doing, we should be able to counteract whatever build he's got here. Yep, double digits. Now, obviously, he's not going to be doing that much damage, but still 53 million with the support buff that we've given him, as well as the domain and everything else. That's still pretty good. Look at that, beautiful. We're gonna get that additional super. No, we get the normal. Okay, so how about Zamasu? How's he gonna work here? 79 million. Yeah, so you see what I'm talking about. Like, Zamasu is going to be the harder hitter here, especially once he buffs himself up. Okay, we're going to get that additional super. Yes, we do, with the Fierce God Slicer. Very, very nice. Okay. Alright, very impressed with that setup there. So that actually worked out pretty good. Okay, ooh, dang it. You know, I wish just once he would get an additional super. Not that it's that big of a deal now that we're fully built up. But it would be nice. Okay, how are we doing here? Did they screw us up again? They did, didn't they? Oh no, here's the 7. Okay. Grab that. Alright, so we get a nice little protection there. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, were we really going to get one? But I think it would have been the same no matter what, huh? Okay, what if we do this, though? Because he hits harder. Alright, yeah, what if we do that? That way he gets legendary power active, and at least he'll get 2 Keishers here. Yeah, I think this is the play. There we go, we get an additional super. Oh, what am I talking about? We get a dodge, that's the word I meant. There we go, perfect dodge. Excellent. Okay, so pretty good here. I think I do want to do a test here. Obviously, we're just kind of filling out the Super Bosses team here in order to focus primarily on the Rose and the Zamasu. But I do want to do a setup where I focus, like I have one rotation, and I think it'll be easier once we get LR Rosé. But I do want to have a setup where we keep the two where we keep the 2 roses together, the Fizz Rose and the STR Rose, because I want to see how much we can boost that Fizz Rose, because I think he has the potential to do really good. Very nice. Okay. All right, now let's see how much we can pull out here. So 5 million starting off, not too crazy. But if we get the extra supers, this could actually be a real fun turn. Nope. 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 Okay. I mean, you still have that problem with Rosé, which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, isn't terrible. He's still getting, if you guys remember, he still gets build-up, even if he doesn't actually super. It's just the build-up is greater when he supers. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to start rolling in those supers. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, so didn't quite kill. I was so we probably could have waited a turn to do the domain, but also we kind of set up the way we set up. All right, so let's grab that. Let's grab that. And then we'll take that. So just taking a look at the stats here. About what I expected. Okay, perfect. Okay, we get one more super here. Okay, remember, so we've got 4 turns of that extra domain buff here. As well as the Moss, obviously, having built himself up an extra 40%. But look at that. I mean, we're still hitting 50 million in spite of being attack lowered. Like, that's pretty good. Beautiful. Additional, yeah, we actually get the additional super this time. See, that would have really helped last turn. Very nice. And actually, I should remind you that on super attack, this guy is actually giving extra attack to whoever's in slot 2. There we go, 79 million. All right, let's do this. Finish this bad boy off. Beautiful. One more super. Yes, the Fierce God Slicer does it for us. And obviously, they can get much, much higher than what you're seeing here if we let them stack. Beautiful. All right, I love this. All right, okay, they are good. They are beyond good. And this was 55%, mind you, right? So, yeah, we didn't have Big Bad Bosses active on our 55% copy at any point here. So, I mean, that's just crazy, the amount of damage we were putting out. I mean, I always feel like one thing I hate about doing fill-in showcases is the difference between Big Bad Bosses level 1 and level 10 is astronomical, right? Like, if we actually look at the team here, it is actually, let's just pull this up here. Right, if we actually look at the team here, like, Big Bad Bosses as a link is only giving us 25% if we are 80% or less. And you notice, like, pretty much throughout this entire fight, we were never below 80%, so we never had it active. That 25%, it's night and day. Like, it's a huge difference, right? Never mind all the extra buffs that we're getting here. So, to be completely honest, I don't like doing level 1 showcases, but here, it kind of didn't matter. You see how much they overcame that. Even overcoming the attack lowering that Vegeta was doing was actually kind of crazy. So, really, really like Rose. I don't know quite where I'd put him yet. I think I need to do more testing with his team, which will evolve in the coming weeks before we kind of put him in a tier list. But I would say right about now, he's somewhere around the LR Gogeta 4 level. That's what I would say. And I think the only thing that's giving Gogeta 4 the advantage is the counter right now. But that could change with how well this team develops. But I'm really liking where they're at now. So, guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what do you think of Rose and Zamasu at 55%? Did they meet your expectations? They certainly exceeded mine. But I did kind of expect them to be the better unit. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching. And aloha.